When we change a sentence from direct speech into indirect speech, we have to make certain changes in place and time. What are these changes? If in direct speech word now is used, it becomes then. Here changes to there. Ago becomes earlier or before. This becomes that. Thus becomes so. Just becomes then. Come becomes go. Tomorrow becomes the next day and the following day. This day changes into that day. Today becomes that day. Tonight becomes that night. Last night becomes the previous night, the night before. Later becomes after. Yesterday becomes the previous day, the day before. At present becomes at that time. For example, we may say, I am busy at present. If we change it into indirect speech, we will say, he said, I am busy. While when we change it into indirect speech, we will say, he said that he was, I am busy at present. If it is written in direct speech, we will say, he said he was busy at that time. At present changes into at that time. And so on. In the same way, these changes into those, either changes into the either, next week changes into the following week, next month, the following month, next year, the following year, at the moment, at that moment, hence, thence, the day after tomorrow, in 2 days' time, these days, those days. You have to remember these only so that you can change the sentence from direct speech into indirect speech. This is not quite not as difficult as you may think. If you remember, it is very easy. Now we do some exercise of the change in place and time. She said, I came yesterday. That is, she had said in the past. We are to change, this is the second form of the verb. We are to change it into had and last form of the verb. She said, she's going for himself. She's using the word I for herself. She said, she had come yesterday changes into the day before. Next, he said, I went to the cinema that day. Here, I is for he. He said that he went is to be changed into had gone. Go, went, gone. Last, a third form of the verb. Go, went, gone. He had gone to the cinema. Today is changed into that day. Johnny said, I was in USA last month. Johnny, I is used for Johnny. Johnny said that was changes into had been. Place remains the same. USA is USA. Last month changes into the previous month. Rita said, I live in this house. She had said these words in the past. So I is the word used for Rita. Rita said that she live is in the present. She had said these words in the past. So it is to be changed into the past. Live becomes lived. She lived in, this becomes that. She lived in that house. He said, now here I is for he. He said that he, as already told, had is not to be changed. Had remains as it is. He had seen Aryan a week ago. Ago changes into before. A week before. Joy said, I work here. I is used for Joy. It is to be changed into he. Work is in the present tense. So we have to change it into past. He worked. Here is to be changed into there. He worked there. Next, the time expression does not change if the reporting verb is in the present tense or future tense. That is, if here says or will say is there, then the reporting a time expression is not to be changed. You will see here, she says, will say, my father came yesterday. You will see that rest of the sentence is to be changed. My father came is to be changed into had come. But yesterday remains yesterday. Time expression has not been changed if this part of the verb, that is the reporting verb, is in the present or in future. We are not to change the time expression. ठीक है, yesterday has not been changed. Alice said she is coming this week to discuss this. This is also important. This is another example not related to the reporting verb. Alice said that she is belongs to Alice. Is to be changed into past. She was coming, this to be changed into that week to discuss this. We are not to change again this into that. We are to change this second this into it. Here this has been changed into that. Now this word, this second part of this is has to be changed into it. This is to be remembered if such type of situation arises. Now comes exclamatory sentences. There may be some sentences where we express some joy, sorrow, wonder, or regret. To change such type of sentences, we use the words exclaimed with joy, exclaimed with sorrow, exclaimed with wonder, depending on the nature of the exclamatory sentence in the reporting speech. That is, we have to look here whether we are to use with exclaimed with joy, exclaimed with sorrow. We have to see here this part of the sentence to decide what to write. We see, he said, hurrah, I won the match. Here they are happy. They are exclaiming with joy. So you will use the words, he exclaimed with joy. That I is used for he. He had won. One is in the second form of the verb. It is in the past. We are to change it into had won. Past perfect. Had won the match. She said, alas, here some sorrow has been expressed. So we are to write, she exclaimed with sorrow that I is to be changed according to she. She failed is the second form of the verb. It is in the past. We are to write had failed. We are to use had plus third form of the verb. Had, fall, fail, failed, failed. She had failed in the exam. Gopal said, wow, it is wonderful. So we are to say, right? Gopal exclaimed with wonder. What a nice view it is. That it was a nice view. He said, oh, what a fool I have been. Here some type of regret is there that somebody has make him be fool. So we will write it as he confessed with regret that he had been a great fool. Next, imperative sentences. What is the meaning of imperative sentence? An imperative sentence is a sentence which expresses command, request, advice, or suggestion. To change such type of sentences into indirect speech, the word ordered, requested, advised, suggested, forbade, not to do so is used depending on the nature of the imperative sentence. That is, we have to look here, this part of the sentence. What is written here? Whether it is a request, whether it is some suggestion, or it is some order from someone. On the basis of that, we have to use the words here. He said, let us take him to the doctor. Here a suggestion has been given by someone. So he suggested that they should take him to the doctor. She said to him, please help me. She is requesting for help. She has requested for help. So word we are to use, she requested him to, me is for she. She requested him to help her. Teacher said, Rina, leave the room. Here an order has been given by the teacher to Rina. So you will write it as teacher ordered Rina to leave the room. He said, "Oh, what a fool I have been." He confessed with regret that he had been a great fool. Next, teacher said, "Oh, Harsh, this type of sentence belongs to the previous one, what we have discussed earlier." Teacher said to Harsh, "Do not waste time." Here, an advice have been given by teacher to Harsh. So we use the word advice. Teacher advised Harsh not to waste time. So depending on the nature of the sentence, we use the words suggested, requested, ordered, or advised. Next, there are certain sentences which are known as optative sentences. What is optative sentence? It is a sentence which expresses a wish, desire, or a prayer. See examples. She said to me, "May God bless you." Here, a blessing has been given to me by her. So let us see how to convert it into indirect. She prayed that God may is to be changed into might. You is to be changed according to me. God might bless me. She said to her, "May you succeed in your mission." Your is for her. He wished her that she is to be changed according to her. She might succeed in her mission. She said to me, "May your business prosper." He prayed for me that here your is to be changed according to me. He prayed for me that my business might prosper. Whenever you are changing the sentence from direct to indirect, always think in your mind what means you, for what person this you stands for. Yeah, I stand for, yeah, he stand for. Accordingly, try to apply your mind and change it into indirect form. He said, "Goodbye, father." He bade his father goodbye. She said, "Good morning, Richard." She wished Richard good morning. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.